Thank you.
Okay, again, we're dedicating our activities to our healthcare hero. We appreciate the generous work of our supporters, and I'd like to shout them out. It's Bridgepoint Health, Care First, MedStar Health, the DC section of the American College of OBGYN, and District of Columbia Metropolitan Radiological Society. Thank you for your support. Tonight's ceremony is dedicated to honoring all healthcare heroes who have done so much over the past year. I'd like to show a little tribute to those heroes.
Of the problems that we're seeing now and will see in the future because of stress related to COVID and the other ancillary diseases will involve mental health. So we know that there's been much in the news about institutional racism and 400 years.
Thing that we need to think about in the back of our head as we talk about unconscious bias is this idea of corrosive disadvantage.
The good news is that in trials, all three of those have been exceptionally effective at preventing severe disease and hospitalization. It's a little bit difficult to compare how well they do against preventing mild disease or asymptomatic transmission because you're not exactly comparing apples to apples. They were tested in different countries at different times in the pandemic. We know that different variants of the virus have been circulating during this time and in different countries. So what we know is all three of them work for preventing the disease in most cases, and all three of them work nearly flawlessly in preventing hospitalization. And that's really what we're going for in this first year of vaccine availability.
I'd like to take a moment and reflect on two words that defined our profession and define us as individuals: resilience and perseverance. Resilience is defined as an individual's ability to bounce back after diversity or failure. Perseverance is more than just trying. Perseverance is the power to not give in, never quit. It comes from the spirit that refuses to accept the failure of giving up. I'd say during the height of the COVID pandemic, we as a physician community demonstrated incredible resilience and perseverance to overcome extraordinary obstacles during this time of great uncertainty and personal sacrifice. We all have stories, both personal and professional stories. Many have lost patients, right? Many have lost loved ones. Some of us have been infected. Unfortunately, some of our colleagues have succumbed to the virus. We could not have predicted what this virus, how it would have impacted our profession, how it would have impacted the world, how it impacted our reality. As physicians, we face adversity often, but we've also witnessed examples of leadership amidst the adversity. The core of who we are, how we are trained, how we practice our profession has armed us with the ability to overcome the obstacles that were set before us. We certainly cherished our calling. COVID-19 shined a light on resilience and perseverance of our community across the district. It also showcased the tremendous collaboration we had as clinicians. The society, the DC community definitely benefited from who we are. Despite our challenges, we continue to serve as leaders. We take this time to honor all of you. You all are deserving of recognition, but tonight we're here to spotlight the contributions of some of our special award winners. MSDC Special Award recognizes service to the society, to the city, and to the profession. Nominees were submitted by the membership and reviewed by a panel of physician leaders and former honorees. I want to thank the following selection committee members for a truly daunting task. Dr. Rosalind Epps, Dr. Susan Bathgate, Dr. Desiree Pineda, Dr. Colette Majnak, Dr. Daniel Marshall-Shalik. Thank you. Thank you for your work. Some of you may know some of the honorees tonight, but not all. I want to show a quick overview of who our nominees are. Pia.
We've seen women earn roles in administration, as professors, in health startups, as CEOs, as founders, and women who continue to forge the path ahead. But we also know, both in the midst of this pandemic and otherwise, that there is still so much progress to be made.
We have to start listening to our patients, particularly people that are underrepresented. We also have to start to recognize, as healthcare providers, we have biases.
But during this pandemic, we didn't have a recipe or a cookbook. And it took a big team all putting our heads together to figure out, as things unfolded, how to do this in the best way possible.
What I think that makes the Woody Health Council special is that everyone who comes to the meetings, which we meet every third Wednesday of the month, come with the spirit of collaboration and partnering.
As we celebrate our honorees, please feel free to share your thoughts and congratulations in the chat section located at the bottom of the screen. I am pleased to honor and recognize tonight's physician dynamos and healthcare visionaries. First, for those who supported MSDC and the profession, the MESAP Allied Health Scholarship. MESAP is the Medical Society and Alliance Foundation, is MSDC's charitable arm that supports the Medical Society. Tonight's scholarship goes to Tinzar Tant. The Distinguished Service Award. The Distinguished Service Award is given to a physician member for outstanding service to the Medical Society. The previous recipients were Dr. Rosalind Epps and many past presidents such as Joseph Gutierrez. This year's recipient is Doctors Maria Amamburo and Anjali Malik. Pia.
Hi. Hello, everybody. I'm sorry we can't meet in person. I'm Ellen Gold, Scholarship Chair of the Medical Society and Alliance Foundation. And each year we have the opportunity to meet and select scholarship awardees. This year, again, they're students in allied health fields in our city's 5 universities with those programs. This year's recipient is Denzel Denz, who is a recent graduate of Trinity's nursing program. She's an immigrant from Myanmar, but before she came here, she learned Russian. She was a flight attendant. I didn't find out which airline, sorry. But she realized that opportunities for education in this country were so much greater than she would find at home and came here. She worked as a cardiac care tech, and during that time, she had to take her new husband to the ER. She was so impressed with the nursing care there that at that moment, she decided she wanted to be a nurse. She pursued her dream. She applied. She got in. She remained at the top of her class for the whole 4 years. Dean Romanello and her other recommenders have only the finest things to say about her dedication and caring. She's about to start as an ICU nurse at MedStar Washington Hospital Center and has an advanced degree in mind. We are so proud to be part of her path and are glad that we could lend a small hand in helping her reach her goal. Congratulations, Denzel.
Hello everyone, my name is Denzel Denz. I'm a registered nurse in Medical Surgical ICU at MedStar Washington Hospital Center. I wouldn't make it today without MSDC Award. Thank you so much for helping me and giving me such a great opportunity to get this scholarship. I'll constantly be learning and try my best to make sure you feel proud of me. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Janine Rethi, Division Chief of Community Pediatrics at MedStar Georgetown University Hospital, and Assistant Professor of Pediatrics at Georgetown University School of Medicine. As an MSDC member, I am pleased to introduce Dr. Maria Aramburu, who is receiving the Distinguished Service Award for Outstanding Contributions to the Medical Society of DC. Dr. Aramburu received her medical degree from the University of Guadalajara and completed her general pediatrics residency at MedStar Georgetown. She stayed on for a fellowship in community pediatrics and child advocacy, during which time she received her Master's of Public Health. Currently, Dr. Aramburu serves as the medical director for the School-Based Health Center at Roosevelt Senior High School and is an assistant professor of pediatrics at Georgetown University School of Medicine. She has impressive accomplishments in clinical care of adolescents and vulnerable populations, particularly immigrants, innovative program development and research in integrated mental health focusing on trauma and immigrant youth, teaching and mentoring medical students, residents, and fellows, and service on many professional committees and societies. Dr. Aramburu has been recognized for her work with multiple awards and conference presentations and speaking invitations as well. Tonight, Dr. Aramburu is being recognized by the MSDC, especially for her teamwork and leadership as co-chair of MSDC's Women in Medicine section, and her contributions to public health education and vaccine literacy as a COVID clinician champion. In her role in the Women in Medicine section, she collaborated in creating innovative programs to serve the needs of women physicians in the District of Columbia during the very challenging times of the COVID pandemic. She organized several timely and relevant virtual workshops with excellent participation. She and her co-chair, Dr. Malik, were able to innovate and adapt to meet the needs of the community during difficult times with shifting work schedules and significant stresses of members. As a COVID clinician champion, she used her skills in motivational interviewing and health literacy to communicate facts, dispel myths, and act as a role model for acceptance and access for the COVID-19 vaccine in our community. Congratulations, Dr. Aramburu, for this Distinguished Service Award from the Medical Society of DC. We are very proud of all of your accomplishments and contributions to the families of DC, as well as to your colleagues.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us at the Medical Society of DC Spring Awards Ceremony. I'm Dr. Maria Aramburu. I'm a pediatrician attending physician at MedStar Georgetown University Hospital, Washington, DC. I am joining you here tonight for the honor of receiving the Distinguished Service Award from the Medical Society of DC. It actually has been an honor for me to be able to serve as the co-chair of the Women in Medicine with Dr. Anjali Malik for the year of 2020. When I first was asked to serve in this important role, we had lots of plans of things we wanted to do for the women physicians of DC. But then we were faced with a great challenge, which was the COVID pandemic that hit right during the beginning of our planning stages for all of the activities of 2020. So we had to shift rapidly, we had to be flexible, we had to be creative. But at the end, with the teamwork and the support that we got, we were able to do great things that were well received and much needed during these difficult times. For this award, I have to acknowledge the great support that we received from the beginning to support all of our initiatives, all of our plans from the board of MSDC. They've done great work and they continue to work hard for the wellness and well-being of the physicians and the rights of the physicians of the District of Columbia. I have to acknowledge especially all of the support that we got from Robert Hay, from Pia Durea, and of course my co-chair Anjali Malik. We truly had a great team working all together to be able to provide in changing times the best support possible. Also with creative initiatives such as the COVID Physician Champion when the vaccine was rolled out to help DC Health promote vaccine acceptance and educate the most vulnerable populations in the district on these preventive technologies. It was an honor to be part of that. As we continue to plan great initiatives for the physicians in the district, especially women in medicine, who have been affected at a disparate rate during this COVID pandemic, we hope you can join us in these great initiatives and programs that we're planning. I also have to thank my institution, MedStar Georgetown University Hospital, especially the Department of Pediatrics and the leadership for all of the support that they have given me throughout my career as a pediatrician in this great institution, and for always fostering the growth mindset, the mindset of providing more of the great things that we are doing for our patients, also to the community of physicians. As part of the Division of Community Pediatrics, I've had the honor to serve all of the underserved areas of the district and fight for health disparities throughout my career. But this became especially important during the COVID pandemic. So it's a great honor to have been able to continue to do my work for the children of the District of Columbia, and at the same time support all of the physicians that have been going above and beyond. All of you that are here tonight have been going above and beyond to serve all of the patients during the COVID pandemic in new, innovative, flexible ways. And all of the programs that we are planning to do is to support all of the burden and the stress that many physicians are facing during these difficult times. So again, thank you so much for this award, and I hope to keep doing the great work. I congratulate MSDC for this great event and for all of the initiatives that it's putting out throughout the years. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
Hi, everyone. My name is Dr. Anita Patel. I am an attending at Children's National in Critical Care, and it is with utmost honor that I introduce this year's Distinguished Service Award, which goes to my incredibly close friend, colleague, and also my personal physician, Dr. Anjali Malik. When I think of one word that describes Anjali, Dr. Malik, is service. She gives so much of herself, not only, of course, in her job as a breast imaging specialist, but she also gives so much for free online through her social media. That's actually where we initially got to know each other. And truly the amount of educating that she does out of the goodness of her own heart, because she wants to be of service to women is just absolutely astounding. Another way in which she gives service, of course, is to MSDC, where she is scouring the Washington, D.C. area, scouring the internet to make sure that women are not only part of the conversation, but they are leading it. And her, along with Dr. Ambro, they really are leading this Women in Medicine in Washington, D.C. movement. Anjali also volunteers for Junior League. And one little known fact about her is that she is actually an incredible advocate for climate change. These are just a couple examples of how Anjali gives so much service to her immediate and frankly global community. But I think one of the most special things about her is that she does all of this without seeking recognition. And I think that is why she is the most deserving of this award, that she is not doing service as a means to an end. She is doing it because she believes in it. And that, in my books, is incredibly rare, incredibly special. And we are just incredibly lucky that Dr. Malik has touched all of our lives in the most positive way.
Hello and good evening. I'm Dr. Anjali Malik, and I want to thank the Medical Society of DC for this honor for the Distinguished Service Award. I am one of the co-chairs of the Women in Medicine section, as well as a part of the Advocacy Committee. And I want to thank MSDC, Pia, and Robert for allowing us this space for the issues that really matter to doctors in DC today. 2020 obviously proved to all of us through its unprecedented times the need for advocacy for physicians, the need for advocacy for our patients, for our profession, and for the public. And MSDC provided the place for a lot of those important conversations, from advocacy and teaching others how they can become advocates, to teaching us all how we can overcome imposter syndrome. We had a great session on pandemic parenting, which so many of our members have been struggling with over the last year, to listening to the plight of women in academics and the choices that they have to make to both be the mothers that they want to be, as well as the academic researchers and clinicians that they worked so hard to become. We heard from entrepreneurs in medicine and how we can add that to our clinical practice. And we talked about the importance of climate change, both its impact on health and our impact as healthcare leaders on climate change. It's been an important year. So many of those same issues have come to light when we see physicians who are burning out. We see the impacts of climate change. We see the impacts of healthcare disparities. So in addition to providing that space, I again want to thank Robert and Pia for the tireless work that they do on behalf of physicians in the district as well. From procuring PPE to making sure that we have the resources that we need, from credentialing and licensing to information from DC Health and beyond. MSDC really does provide for its members both the critical information and the space that we need to grow together as physicians in this community. I also want to thank Dr. Pineda for entrusting me with this role and the board for this award. I think the work that Dr. Pineda did over the last year in regards to wellness for the physicians in our community has been incredibly important, again, even before COVID, but certainly for those of us who have been in the profession for this last year. I am thankful that we're now seeing the vaccine rollout, and hope that this time next year, things like this are happening in person, and that we as the medical community can come together and really celebrate that which we've been able to overcome and move forward together. So thank you again to MSDC, the board, and Robert and Pia, and I hope everyone has a wonderful evening.
Congratulations again to the MESAF Allied Health Scholarship recipient, Denz and the Distinguished Service Award recipient, Doctors Maria Amamburu and Anjali Malik. Moving on, our next category is Award for Public Service to the Community and Improving the Health of the Community. The Dr. Charles H. Epps III Community Service Award. The Dr. Charles H. Epps III Community Service Award is awarded to a physician member for outstanding public service to the community. It was originally named the Community Service Award. The award now bears the name of the 1997 honoree, Dr. Charles H. Epps III, who gave so much to the community before his untimely death at age 38. This year's award goes to Dr. Tamika Auguste. The John H. Benjamin Nichols Award. The John Benjamin Nichols Award is presented to a lay person or organization or both in recognition for outstanding contribution to improving the health of the community. Past recipients include So Others Might Eat, Whitman Walker Health, and Sister Carol Keegan. The John Benjamin Nichols Award goes to Dr. Terry Fairbanks. The John Benjamin Nichols Award also goes to Ward 8 Health Council. Pia.
Good evening. My name is Dr. Sarah Immersheim, an MSDC member for more than 35 years. Tonight, we honor my friend and colleague, Dr. Tamika Auguste, with the Charles Epps III Community Service Award in recognition of her outstanding public service in our community. Dr. Auguste is interim chair of Women and Infant Services at MedStar Hospital Center and a professor at Georgetown. She is a well-respected teacher advancing medical education with emphasis on simulation and patient safety. Today, we applaud Tamika's passion, striving for equity in women's health, her patient and inclusive management style, and her can-do, we-can-fix-it attitude. A few years ago, when Providence and United Medical closed their L&D units, Dr. Auguste was a founding member of the DC Improving OB Care Committee, or IOC. The IOC unites key stakeholders, clinicians, universities, hospitals, birthing centers, government agencies, and our Medicaid care organizations to improve patient outcomes. Under Dr. Auguste's leadership, the IOC continues through the pandemic, sharing data and resources, reviewing processes, and identifying opportunities for assistance. Thank you, Dr. Tamika Auguste, for your leadership. You continue to address the challenges in our systems and reduce inequities for our most vulnerable patients. Congratulations.
Good evening. To my friends and colleagues at the Medical Society of DC, thank you very much for the honor and privilege to receive the Charles H. Epps Community Service Award. I am honored and privileged. Washington, D.C. has been my community for approximately 25 years now. From the time when I started at Georgetown School of Medicine, my residency there, my time at Unity Healthcare, and of course, my time with MedStar Health. This community has shaped and formed me into the physician that I am. I'm honored to give back. In today's world, in our society now, it is very important that we reach those around us in our community. It is my responsibility and duty to do all that I can to affect change and lower the Black maternal mortality. It is a mission of mine. I will continue to reach out and work with my community around these efforts and lead by example for my colleagues to do the same and teach the learners around me. I really believe that it is important for physicians to take care of patients not only in the exam room, but in the community as well. This is how we make a difference. So, to my friends and colleagues in the Medical Society of DC, thank you so much for this honor and award. Have a good evening.
I'm Kate Kellogg, Assistant Vice President for Quality and Safety for MedStar Health. And on behalf of the Medical Society of DC, I'm delighted to introduce Dr. Terry Fairbanks, who is receiving the John Benjamin Nichols Award for improving the health of the community. I've had the opportunity to work with Dr. Fairbanks as my mentor and colleague for 15 years, and I cannot think of anyone more deserving of this award. Dr. Fairbanks has shaped his career around applying innovative systems engineering strategies to improving patient safety in healthcare. His incredible leadership has resulted in the success of the National Center for Human Factors in Healthcare, which he founded and is now the largest integrated human factors group in a healthcare system in the country. As Vice President for Quality and Safety at MedStar Health, Dr. Fairbanks has applied his expertise to shape the care of MedStar Health patients across the region. His leadership helped to guide the health system through unprecedented times throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, bringing together teams from across the system to execute best practice and ensure safety for our patients and our associates. The DC community has and will continue to receive care of the highest quality and safety thanks to Dr. Fairbanks' work and leadership. Finally, Dr. Fairbanks has mentored countless emerging researchers and physicians throughout his career, ensuring that leaders will continue to follow in his footsteps. Please join me in welcoming and congratulating Dr. Fairbanks.
Thank you so much, and good evening, everyone. I am very humbled to be the recipient of the John Benjamin Nichols Award and to have MedStar Health's work in the COVID-19 pandemic recognized in this way by the Medical Society of the District of Columbia. When I reflect back on this unprecedented time in history, I am really overwhelmed with gratitude to have been part of such an incredible organization, and I feel so privileged to have worked alongside MedStar Health's incredible care teams. So I want to talk a little bit about that. Our physicians, our nurses, our infection preventionists, and so many other care providers have been nothing short of extraordinary, and they are the true recipients of this award. As a system, MedStar Health has taken care of over 42,000 patients with COVID. 14,000 of those COVID patients have been admitted to the hospital, and more than 4,000 of those hospital admissions with COVID have been in our 3 DC hospitals alone. The teamwork and collaboration that I witnessed as our team sought to deliver truly the best patient care possible to these patients was unparalleled. And while I appreciate this recognition, it was really those on the front line, those associates and physicians, more than 13,000 employees in our DC sites alone. It is those folks who are the true heroes here, and they deserve special recognition. They are the ones that left their families every day to care for our patients and to comfort our patients in the absence of their own loved ones. And they provided exceptionally good medical care that I'm so proud of to our COVID patients in DC. I'll be forever grateful to them, and I accept this award in their honor and in appreciation for their service to MedStar Health and to the citizens of the District of Columbia. Thank you.
Peace and love. On behalf of the Medical Society of DC, I'm pleased to introduce the Water Health Council, which is receiving the John Benjamin Nichols Award for improving the health of the community. Dr. Wayne Figgett and Calvin Smith for decades have shown up to advocate in the space of equity in healthcare. They have been consistent in convening conversations with stakeholders here in Ward 8 and across the world. We are honored to have them lead us with their brilliance and professionalism as they advise the DC City Council and the Mayor on policy, programs, and budget that's improving the quality of life for those that need it the most. Again, congratulations to the entire family of the Ward 8 Health Council.
Thank you so much for that kind introduction, Councilmember Trayon White. It's indeed a blessing to receive this award from the Medical Society of DC. This is a real honor to be recognized with the John Benjamin Nichols Award. Again, there are 60 members of the Ward 8 Health Council that we are representing here today, and any one of them should be the one accepting it. So I'm privileged to do that. It's been a true pleasure to continue the work started by Mayor for Life, Marion Barry, who really was a mentor to Councilmember Trayon White. The real pleasure has been serving with Calvin Smith, our Honorable Chairman, who really has put together a collaborative effort, which we hope is benefiting the Ward 8 committee as had been planned. It's initially set up to address the social determinants of health, and we do hope that we have met that goal. There's so many people I have to thank in addition to the Ward 8 Health Council membership, but my wife and family, the faculty at Howard University College of Medicine, especially the community and family medicine section, have really allowed me to be available to the community. So again, it's a true pleasure and honor to accept this award on behalf of the Ward 8 Council and community. And we only hope that our work can continue to benefit the health and welfare of the citizens of Ward 8 and Washington, D.C. in general. Peace and blessings. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. First, I want to thank the Medical Society of DC for this tremendous award to the Ward 8 Health Council. I also want to thank all the members of the Ward 8 Health Council for all that they do in bringing better health outcomes to the residents of Ward 8. I would like to take a point of privilege to also thank Bridgepoint Healthcare for allowing me the runway to get all this done. It's through their largest since they've been in town that has allowed me to have the level of success that we've had at the Ward 8 Health Council. I'm very appreciative of Medical Society of DC. Thank you for this honor, and it will go a long way with me. I also would like to thank my compatriot, Dr. Walter Forget, who together we helped form what you see as today's Ward 8 Health Council. He has been a very instrumental part in who we are and what we do, and I thank him every day for his contribution.
Congratulations to Dr. Tamika Augustine, to Dr. Terry Fairbanks, and to Ward 8 Health Council. Again, congratulations. And now to our finale, the President's Award. The President's Award is given in exceptional cases where other words just can't describe the individual's contribution. And boy, with my research, I'll tell you, I learned a lot about Dr. Joseph Gutierrez. Let's start with some awards. Military awards: the Bronze Star Medal, the Navy Meritorious Unit Commendation Award, the National Defense Medal, Vietnam Service Medal, Combat Action Ribbon, Vietnamese Cross of Gallantry, Republic of Vietnam Campaign Medal, the Association of Military Surgeons of the United States Medal. That's amazing. He served in 17 different positions and activities in the AMA over 30 years. He has been president of the Medical Society twice and held numerous positions, chairman of the Finance Committee, and so on and so forth. It gives me great honor, great privilege, pride to present to you the President's Award to Dr. Joseph Gutierrez. Having already received numerous MSDC acclamations, Dr. Joseph Gutierrez exemplifies lifetime service and excellence that is befitting the President's Award. He has served twice as the president of the Medical Society of the District of Columbia, multiple terms as the chair of the MSDC's AMA delegation, and for decades as a leader in the American Medical Association. Trained as a surgeon, he remains an active learner, leader, and contributor to the medical society, to the medical profession, and the Washington, D.C. region. For short, he has had multiple appointments to hospitals that are currently around and those that have closed over the years. Columbia Hospital for Women, Georgetown University, Sibley Memorial, Virginia Hospital Center, Doctors Hospital, and Veteran Administration Hospital, to name just a few. He's had an extensive lifetime military career. He has dedicated so much and for so long to the medical community in the greater Washington area. It gives me great pleasure to present the President's Award to Dr. Joseph Gutierrez.
Thank you very much to the Medical Society, to the board, and to the selection committee that's so fit to give me this very, very incredibly great award. I can't thank you enough. I need to thank not only the board and the selection committee, but actually the staff, Mr. Hay and Thea Duria and Rose Smith. The Medical Society does not function well without a fantastic staff, and we do have a wonderful staff. But again, other people probably deserve this award more, but nobody could appreciate it as much as I do. Thank you very, very much. Thank you.
Congratulations again, Dr. Joseph Gutierrez. Now, thank you all. Thank our honorees and especially our sponsors and supporters. We hope to see you guys at one of our regular upcoming events. Please visit us at msdc.org, see our weekly roster, see our Wednesdays, Washington Healthcare on Wednesdays, Women in Medicine. Also, I want to tell you about an event in July 15th. We have a members only event at Vita at Navy Yard. All who attended tonight are invited, guaranteed spot. The seating is limited. So look to your inbox or at your inbox for more information, sorry. We'll continue with the celebration in the break room, all right? You guys will receive a invitation, click join, and you'll automatically enter the room. There may be a lag time between entering the room to the reception room. So please be patient. We're working vigorously to get you guys into each room. Thank you. Enjoy your evening, and thank you again for joining.